Hello, good day! Ito nga pala ang inyong Sir Jello at mayroon ako ulit ituturo sa inyo na math video topics. Pero bago yan, huwag niyo munang kalimutang mag-subscribe sa aking YouTube channel na Sir Jello para maging updated kayo sa lahat ng videos na i-upload ko. Hello, good day! Welcome again to another series of math video tutorials. This time, we're going to discuss about the midline theorem. So, this is a segment that joins the midpoints of two sides of a triangle, parallel to the third side and half as long. So, if we're going to have this triangle here, so we have point A on side MG as the midpoint, and then we have point I as the midpoint of side CG, and then connecting the midpoints we have the midline, and it is parallel to the third side, which is side MC, and half as long in terms of measurement. So let's say if AI is if AI is, let's say, 12, so we know that MC will be 24 and so on. So if AI is So using the same figure, we have triangle MGC with the midline AI. So for number 1, we have AI, which is 10.5. So what is, for letter A, what is MC? So of course we know that AI is parallel to MC, and the measure of AI is half of side MC. So if AI is 10.5, you just double this or multiply this by 2. So the answer here will be 21. So the answer is 21. How did you solve for MC? So we know that AI is parallel to MC, and AI is twice the measure of MC. So that is how we solve it. Okay. Next we have number 2. CG. CG is 32. What is GI? So since I is the midpoint of side GC, so we know that GI will be half of the length of this side. So GI, since GC is 32, GI will be 16. And of course, IC will also be 16. So GI here is 16. So how did we solve for GI? So we just divide this length by 2. Okay, next we have given AG. Okay, but before that, let us first erase now the previous examples. Okay. Then this one. Okay. So AG is 7. Segment is 7. Then CI is 8. So assuming that this side is not equal to this side, because obviously since AG is 7 and A is the midpoint of this side MG, most likely the remaining side will also be 7. Then on this side, if you have CI as 8, IG will also be 8. So we know that MG will be 14, then GC will be 16. So we are being asked what is MG plus GC. So we just add 14 and 16, so that will be 30. And how did you solve for the sum? So of course we just add this side with the given part of the side, which is 7 on this side and 8 on this side. Then just sum up all the sides of MG and GC. So using the same figure, minus 2, and then MC, which is 9x minus 13. So we are being asked here, what is the value of x, how did you solve for x, and what is the sum of AI plus MC? So of course we know that this side, or this midline, is parallel to this side MC, and we know that the measure of this midline is half the measure of, half as long for the measure of MC. So we can see that AI is equal to 1/2 MC. And then we just plug in the variables or expression. We have 3x minus 2 equals 1/2 9x minus 13. And then we just cross 2 on the left side of the equation. That will give us 2 times 3x minus 2 equals 1 times itself, so 9x minus 13. Then we just multiply 2 inside the parentheses, so we have 2 times 3x, that is 6x. 2 times negative 2 is negative 4 equals 9x minus 13. And then just transpose 6 to the right side, so we have 9x here minus 6x. On the left side you have negative 4, then transpose negative 13, that becomes plus 13. And then we have negative 4 plus 13 equals 9, equals 9x minus 6x, which is 3x. Then divide both sides of the equation by 3. X is equal to 3. So the value of x is 3. How did we solve for x? So using the formula, we know that the length of the midline is 1/2 the length of the third side parallel to the midline. Then what is the sum of AI plus MC? So we just substitute first the value of x to the two unknown expression. So we have 3x minus 2, so 3 times 3 minus 2. So 3 times 3 is 9 minus 2, so that is 7. For 9x minus 13, so we have 9 times 3 minus 13. 9 times 3 is 27 minus 13, that is equal to 14. So AI is 7, while MC, the length of MC is 14. So the sum of AI plus MC, that is 14 plus 7. The answer is 21. Okay. And last number. So using the same figure, so MG is congruent to CG. So I'm going to return. So MG is congruent to CG. So the sides of the triangle. And then AG is equal to 2y minus 1. IC is equal to y plus 5. So the sides of the triangle, I'm going to return AG here and then CI here. But we know that MG is congruent to CG. Sorry. So we can say that AG is equal to IC. Then we just plug in the values. So we have 2y minus 1 equals y plus 5. Then you just transpose y to the left. So we have 2y minus y equals 5. Then transpose negative 1 becomes positive 1. So 2y minus y is y. 5 plus 1 is 6. So the value of y is 6. So how did you solve for y? By taking the equation AG is equal to IC. Now how long are MC and CG? Now let us first plug in at least one of the sides, AG or IC. Since AG is equal to IC. Let's try AG. So you have 2y, 2 times 6 minus 1. So that is 12 minus 1. So the answer is 11. So how long is MC and AG or CG? Since that's 11, so the answer is 11. So 11 times 2 equals 22 for this side only. So if this is 11, this is also 11. So this side is already 22 for side MG. So obviously CG is also 22. So 22 for MC, that is also for CG. Since for letter C, we are asked how long are MC and CG. So that is 22. So the answer is 22. Okay. So those are the different examples on how to apply the midline theorem. Okay, so thank you for watching. and have a good day.